My name is Tama Wong. Welcome to my tape on Choi Lei Fut Fundamental, Choi Lei Fut Kei Bun Gong. My student Chun is demonstrating the warm-up exercise. Now it's the leg first. Have to relax. And remember, control your breathing. You turn to one side, breathe in, other side, breathe out. And slowly, Chun rush. Get a good stretch. Okay, first you can turn one side and then rotate the other side. Now get down to the shoulder and relax and rotate. Extend the chest when you roll back. Another one we call things out. Swing your arm. Try to keep your body still. Just work on your shoulder. Open your fingers. Let the breath go all the way to your fingertip. At first you can start slowly, and then you can speed up later. Forward and backward. Another one is the side stretch. When you bend down, try to breathe out slowly. Again, Chun rush. Okay, another one is rotate your body. You can really get a deep stretch. Bend down and forward, one side and then the other side. Remember, the Choi Lei Fut style is real flexible and also a lot of power. You need to really stretch out or warm up before you get into the exercise and get into the technique to avoid the injury. Another one we call man he. So you just squat down, try to reach forward and breathe. Slowly, Chun rush, and take your time. And get down as much as you can. Remember, keep your front leg straight. Another one is Hak Fu. And just squat down and keep your body still and straight. Your foot up, just use your heel. Stretch your hamstring. And get down. Each stretch you should hold for a little while. And sit down on forward. And then bend your left first and really relax. Now here just a short demonstrating. When you do it yourself, you should take a little bit longer time. After both sides and forward. Really have to keep your back straight. Try to reach forward. And then your front, again your leg straight, your foot up. And flex your foot, that way stretch better. And breathe, remember your breathing. And most important thing is relax. Just see how much you can do, just little by little you will stretch out. And more flexible. Legs on your feet together. And you can do it yourself, and also you can have a partner. And push from the back slowly. Remember, when you start lightly first. And then push the lead. Okay, another one is a split. Of course, you start the exercise, you cannot do the split right away. Just take a little bit time and patience and stretch out little by little. Another one is the fun rising kick, and mainly for stretching. Remember, fix your foot and really get your hamstring stretched out. When you kick, remember to breathe. Breathe it out. Now here's Patrick demonstrating the push-up, the conditioning. After the hand, will be the knuckle and your fist. And then the tiger claw. Remember, do the tiger claw, use the tip of your fingers. Don't bend your finger. And next one will be the panther fist, Hak Fu Mun. You can use the back of the fingers and use the thumb. And then the sit-ups. Besides do the front, you can twist your body a little. And all of when you don't have to go all the way, just lift your body a little, meaning bend your head. Now it's more heavy duty. Raise the leg and really get good on the stomach. Now another one is kicking the back of the leg to strengthen your stances, to make it stronger, and also it's good for the ankles. Another one is something, freestyle we call, and mainly for condition your forearm. And also this one, remember that, don't do it too heavy. Now we get down to the Pai Da, the conditioning. And you can use some stick, put together. The one having the heat have to really concentrate. Remember, at first have to be light and get more force little by little. Choi Lei Fut stances and footwork. Okay, get ready, follow along, and this is the horse dance, shaping mark. Now do your horse dance, have to keep your body straight and relax upper body. Try to make it lower at the beginning. That's really to make your stance strong. This is cat stance, deal mark. The front leg should only have 20% weight and the back leg is 80%. And our one is easy stance. I see my back legs a little bit bent. You shouldn't keep all the way straight, and also the front leg left and lock. The reason bend the back leg is we want to retreat fast and change your techniques and change your stances fast. Another one, twist stance. And also twist stance real light, and also soon lock your knees, because you want to change one technique to another. Next one we call Tai Toi. It's the crane stance. Keep your body straight. This one is good for your balance. Another one is Kei Lun Bo, the queuing stance. You step, have to be light, touch and open. That's the basic queuing stance. It's the leading stance, guai ma. And also your knee shouldn't touch the floor. Avoid hurting your knee. Just real light and squat down. From the cat stance to the horse stance, and then the EG Yama EG stance, and back to horse stance. That's the combined footwork. That's our basic footwork. You can do this every day as a drill. When you do the stance, take a little bit time. Each stance, hold for a little while to really develop your stances. That's the queen stance, and move back, become a horse stance. This exercise is real good for your balancing. Now in twist stance, and then become a queen stance. The queen stance. Remember, have to be flexible. Choi Lei Fut hand and blocking techniques. Okay, that's the regular fist. Just want to show you from the basic. That's a split punch. Punch the midsection. And also when we punch, we don't hold tight. Just relax and make it strong in the last second. And remember, when you use the power, you have to breathe. The common sound from our style is sit. Remember, the sound comes from the dantian. Another one is the panther, chapter. You put your thumb on top of your index finger. That's upper, we call chang an choi. Another one, chapter. This yang chapter. We talk about yin and yang. This yang chapter. This one is yam chapter, the yin. And twisting, get a lot of power. The yam chapter we describe as a drill. It twists in a lot of force. This for the eye, just make your feet flat. You shouldn't twist. Talk about the structure of the head, you have to make it flat. This is the top of your knuckles. We describe the panther as a knife. If you really develop it, just like a knife, real easy to cut it in, real powerful and sharp. For solar plexus and for the stomach. Chapter is our Choi Lei Fut style's main techniques. High, middle, and low. You can practice in a different section. Now another one is the tiger claw. The tiger claw, you can use the lower part of your palm like a palm strike and then get in the scratch or grab. A lot of force on the fingertip. And usually we apply the tiger claw, usually sound wow. We get down to the yamwa. Grab the coin. First in the face, you can scratch, poke the eyeball. In the solar plexus, and also you can scratch or pull down. And then the yamwa go down to the coin. That's the 10 elements of Choi Lei Fut style are Chun, La, Quán, Sao, Chap, Pao, Cup, Biu, Zhong, Deng. This is the 10 elements of Choi Lei Fut style, including all the basic and main techniques. There's a scratch. This is the tiger claw techniques. From the high section, drop down to the low section, and beside it you can practice the footwork. That's the leading stance. Guai Ma. Another is the crane techniques. That's the beak of the crane. This one is Hak Fu Mun. It's the head of the crane. These techniques including the wings and the head and the beak of the crane. But that's the way how to hold it. Now follow me and put your fingers together tight. First you see my left hand hook and then hit his temple or the ear, the back of the ears or the leg. My left hand you can block and then grab. And next one block and then go to the Hak Fu Mun. The beak use the fingertip. Hak Fu Mun is the back of your hand. In other words, the snake. Because Xiang Pa, Xiang Biu. Block it first and then go to the finger thrust. And come back, you can defend yourself. You see, I pull back a little to defend myself. Just in case he attack. Or he fight back. Snake is real fast techniques. That's the dragon. The first is the grab and get down with another techniques. That's the finger thrust. That's also the dragon techniques. The first grab, the second you can go to the throat or to the chest or solar plexus. Show you how to use those techniques. You can get right to his leg or to his throat. That's the dragon technique is one of the 5 animals techniques. The dragon, Long Ying. The 5 animal techniques are dragon, snake, tiger, panther, and crane. We call Long, Se, Fu, Pao, Hawk. Go right to his leg. It's the dragon techniques. Now go down to the hand techniques. This is Sao Choi. This is real main techniques from our style. There's a lot of power. It's come from your waist and your stances. The salcho can be a long-range techniques and also can be short-range techniques. Now you see, I never use the single salcho techniques by yourself. You have to block it, control, and then apply the salcho. If you use just the single salcho techniques, can be real dangerous because your body is wide open. You block, right away you get in. And remember salcho, you don't hold real tight and mainly have to come from the shoulder. Another one is the biuzhong. And when you do the biuzhong, your weight have shift a little bit forward. Like this one, biuzhong, you can aim the temple, the leg, or the rib. This is the upper techniques for the temple, for the head. And also you can get down to his rib, block to his rib. Another one is the quán. The short quán and then long range quán. Choi Lei Fut not just the long arm techniques, we have lots short and long. You see the same name quán, but we have two, one short, one long. The long range quán has a lot of power. Quán is the back fist. Those are single techniques. In a real situation, a real comebacks, we don't just use one techniques. Usually we combine them together. The first one is short, quán, the back fist, and then change into long range. It's come from your waist too, and your stance, and your shoulder. Remember these techniques, you shouldn't hold tight. Everything is use relaxed power. That's the da choi or bin choi, the turning fist. Now you see me when I turn around, you shouldn't keep your arms straight. You have to bend like elbow first and then get to his head or to his temple. Turning fist get a lot of power too. Another one is the Chun out, the crane block. These are main blocking techniques. When you block, keep your arms straight. The actual meaning of Chun out, we have two separate meaning. The first Chun means block, second one lao is the grabbing. So actually this one you can use as blocking and then grabbing, and also combine with other techniques, either gua choi or pun kill or sao choi. Depends on the situation. And also Chun out is not force to force, it's sliding forward. Another one is Yang Kill. Either you can close a fist or open hand. Open hand is more relaxed. And also use the waist, you should hold tight. Remember, use the relaxed power. And you can combine the palm strike up the block. Another one is jab kill, the inner block. The same thing, you can use the fist or open hand. And also you have to use relaxed power. Block. Now you see a lot of techniques, we don't just use one hand. You see my left hand beside my inner block, I use the left hand to block his arm. In fact, you can use for a grabbing or break his elbow. Another one is jit kill. That's the lower block. The jit kill use a twist stance or use a horse stance or easy stance, and also depends on the situation. That's the basic block technique. Another one is we call gong, upper block and palm strike. And really get into your waist and get in right away. Don't waste your time. Block and then attack at the same time. Don't give him a chance. Upper block and palm strike. And cast and deal ma chum kill. That's the lower block, is the wrist. And also this got a lot of power. Remember the 10 elements of Choi Lei Fut. That's the first element, chum. We got chum kill. If you really get the power, he will get a lot of pain when you block it. Another one is fan zhong, uppercut. Hit the solar plexus or the jaws. You see, block it first and get down to the uppercut. Now follow me one more time. And then uppercut. Another one is the capture, the elephant techniques. To block and get to the temple or the side of the leg. And also this one is real strong fist too. You can see this one uses a lot of upper body power and the waist. Of course, combine the stance. And change into easy stance. Easy kill yang ma. Another one is Pao Zhong. Now you see my left hand usually come back at the same time. Used for blocking. Remember Choi Lei Fut style, never use one hand and rest the other hand. We use at the same time or block and then attack or attack and other hand there to prepare and get ready. Another one is Changjiang. Remember, Choi Lei Fut is real famous on the palm open hand techniques. Get down. One thing's good for the palm strike is you can really relax. You don't use a lot of force. In fact, get a good result. Block it and give him a palm strike to his leg or to his face. Another one, patcher. A hammer fist patcher to the side of the head, the side of the ear, or the leg. That's real strong techniques. Then you can see here, you block first and get in to hit with the hammer fist. Remember, we never use one hand. Choi Lei Fut hand combinations. Open stance, Sao Choi. First block, the easy stance, Sao Choi. Remember your breathing when you do the Sao Choi. Move fast. Block right away, get in, get Sao Choi. Sao Choi can be real fast techniques because just use the shoulder like a post, swing in. Another one, Sao Choi, Biu Zhong. Sao Choi, Biu Zhong. First one, Sao Choi. He get in and then use the Biu Zhong to lock him out. And remember, these techniques is only one side. When you practice, you can do the right side and also the left side. The same principle. Sao Choi, you get in and Biu Zhong right away, a lot of power. Another one, Gua Choi, Kam Jiang, this is long range back fist, and follow up with the palm strike. You can see, use a lot of waist, and then the easy stance. You want to get more power, use the twist stance. That's why I said earlier the twist stance have to be loose, don't lock your lead. Because after the palm strike, you don't know what's going to happen, you have to change the other techniques. Another one is Qin Ji Choi, Biu Zhong. Qin Ji Biu Zhong. This is a real good combination. You block it, hit, or you miss, he think that he can get in, and right away get back to the Biu Zhong, to his face, to his leg. Chun now, chop the clean back and the Yang chop Choi. But right away get into his solar plexus or to his face. Right away use the panther fist. Another one is cross stand, Gua Choi, and turn around, Da Choi. The back fist. First block it, and the turning fist, dap Choi or bin Choi. As you see me, my eyes always keep an eye on my opponent. Choi Lei Fut kicking techniques. First, I'm showing you the front kick. Now you see my hand, block it down and kick. Remember, Choi Lei Fut usually use the combination. Hardly ever work on a single move. You can block or you can. That's the first techniques. Yang kill, the outer block, palm strike. Block. Now you see me beside the hands blocking. You can see my hand, the other hand was protecting yourself. Remember, Choi Lei Fut always with one hand, the other hand prepare. Block it first and step in with the palm strike. And follow along. Block, outer block, Yang kill. And slide forward a little and palm strike. Chang jump. To the other side, left hand, block, right in, and the palm strike. And block it first, right away step in to his rib or the chest or the solar plexus. And get down right away. Now you see the other hand, also protecting yourself. Block and then go down, palm strike. Second techniques is because jab kill, Dana, inner block, knife hand. And also beside the hand blocking, you see the other hand grab. Remember, Choi Lei Fut usually work with both hands. Block it first, step in, knife hand on the leg or to the throat. And also you can hit the face too. First the inner block, you can either hold your fist or open hand and then get in knife hand. Dana. Block it first, get in, and knife hand. Remember, you do the techniques, you want to be strong, and also don't forget to be flexible. First block the inner block, grab and slide forward the knife hand. This technique is mainly used for inside of the body. We call 內斂手. Another one, upper block, palm strike, long kill, chang jiang. At the same time, block and strike at the same time. These very effective techniques. first upper block and palm strike. Remember, when you train this wooden dummy, don't just use full force. Hit little by little, at first lightly, and then get more power. This one mainly for aim the chest or the shoulder plexus. When you're using these techniques, you need to step forward, get closer. Okay, next one is the Chun now, grab. Chun now, grab. Chun now is the clean block and then the grab. The Chun now, either you can block outside or inside. Usually Chun now follow up with the other techniques. That's show the application for the Chun now. Remember again, when you first train the wooden dummy, the Ching Zhong, at first lightly first, and then later on you have to hit harder to get a full force. Chun now, the name Chun now in Chinese, the first Chun means block, Lao is the grab. Actually, this techniques including two main techniques. My name is Tama Wong. Welcome to my take on the pressure point fan, Da Yu Xin, and the plum blossom double-edged sword, Mui Fa Dan Kim. This is the fan, and that's the pressure point and the vital point. And that's the shoulder, the first the temple. You can use the end for the flow, and use the front part of the fan. And that's the face and the solar plexus for the stomach, for the rib, and for the groin. And get down to the pressure point of the leg and the knee. So some point at the back of the leg, and the top of the head, and that's the spine. And get down to the kidney and the back of the knee. The first technique is T, the poke. When you do this technique, you really have to concentrate. And next one is jaw. This is the dead end. The very strong techniques. First strike and then the jaw. The first poke, he block it and use the jaw when you step in. Do one more time. There's real strong techniques on the solar plexus. The second techniques. The first is the Rang Dong, side block, and then the Da is the side strike. First block and then strike. First block with the side block. This is real smooth techniques. Block in a circle and go down to his temple. Do one more time, block it and hit the head or the temple or the leg. Another one. Open the fan. Slip a finger and flip and then open. That's why you practice a few more times until you can handle it. The next technique is the upper slide. Slice upward. The edge of the fan is real sharp. When you open it up, there's the metal stick it out. You can cut through the skin. First technique you can use for blocking, besides you can cut his arm and you get into his throat, the upper slice. Block it, get in right away to his throat, you can cut through. The fighting fan is made of metal, so that's real strong weapon. Block it and get in right away to his throat. Another one. They open the fan. It's similar to the one before, but now you used it for blocking, and it's the body of the fan when you open and slice outward. When you punch, you can use for blocking, and then right away you can go to his underarm. Because the position you block his fist in the midsection, so you want to get down lower to his rib or the underarm. Cut the pressure point. Another one. Chao, Chi, and Wang Da. First upper block and poke, and then side strike. This one is for low section. You can hit the rib or the leg. First block, and then for low section strike. First block and get in with the poke, and then side strike to the groin. First block, get in, so practice, and then to the groin. This technique is real smooth techniques too. You get the block and get in, and then another techniques follow up. Upper block, poke, and then jaw. The last technique is real strong with the dead end of the fan and with the cross stance. Cross stance we call Kao Ma or Tao Ma. You get in right away. This technique is real close techniques, and also real good to change the position of the fan. You roll on the floor and then get in Hong and then Wang Da. Roll on the floor is called Guan Day and then Hong and Wang Da. And block and then side strike to lead the back of the lead. If the position right, you can hit the whip or the point. Small pump blossom form full speed and power.
Wow.
Remember, be patient in your learning. It is important to understand each move. You must be dedicated in your training. Small plum blossom form applications. Tiger claw, fu jiao, chang zheng, shin kick, we got chang fu. First fu jiao, he block it, and then switch the leg and finish with the shin kick. Shin kick. First technique is fu jiao, palm strike, and the shin kick. Chun now, chop Choi, front kick, paw Choi. First two now, chop Choi, block, front kick, paw Choi. Front kick in Chinese we call dang toi. Watch it, come down, elbow, look kill. Elbow in Chinese we call 包扎. quarter block, elbow. Watch carefully, quarter can be used for striking or for blocking. Here we use for blocking. quarter 咁樣挑字錘標狀。Remember 標狀 you shift your weight a little bit forward to get more power. And also when you do your 標狀 don't lock your arm. In Kuen form, full speed and power. Remember, it's good to learn the form in sections. Work on each section over and over again. Understand the techniques and perfect them. Be patient in your learning. In Kuen form applications. The first one, Tiêu Ma Chum Kiu, Sao Choi, Chum Kiu, block first, and the Sao Choi, circular punch. When you do the Sao Choi, remember you have to look at your opponent. It's right on your shoulder. When you do the Sao Choi, don't fold your fist right over your shoulder. Block first, and the Sao Choi. When you do the Sao Choi, you have to be relaxed. If you do it too stiff, it will be too slow. First, the Chum Kiu, block first. Another block, and the Sao Choi right onto his temple or the leg. second one. First, Sao Choi, Song Toi Jung. Block first, Sao Choi, double palm strike. South to his temple and right onto his chest with double palm strike. Block. Apply Sao Choi to his temple. Right away, get in, step forward, a palm strike. Remember, use the palm strike more internal. Relax and get in. Another one, Song Pa, Song Biu. That's the panther fist. First, you can block or grab to get in the double panther fist. The stand here we use is the E.G. Kyuyama E.G. stance. The first block, and step forward, right to his throat or the chest or the eyes.